this right? Did I get that right? Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Paint It Live. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday evening. And yeah, we're gonna we're gonna get going, folks. Unable to connect to chat. Lies. Why am I not able to connect? There we go. We're still connected to chat. We doing all right. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in my on-air section here. So I'm voice connected there. We're going to share the video here. One second, and doesn't look like that's necessarily working. Don't worry, we will get it, guys. We will get it. Okay, good. Good. Okay. So yeah, I am also in the Discord in the on-air section if you want to join us on the on-air section. Otherwise, we're gonna go on with tonight's show. So tonight's show is going to be actually slightly different than usual. We're going to be doing more talking, more chitty chat stuff than we are painting so much. And you're going to have to cut me some slack, folks, because I've been painting, as you can see. Tonight, the plan was to knock out some of these Mythic Battles Pantheon stuff, and I accidentally the whole group. So so they're done and sealed, and I've just got to pull them off the bases and make way for the next set here. But yeah, that's what we were supposed to be working on tonight. But we are going to do some painting, so don't worry too much about that. So we got that lion. We got 3 of these satyrs. Right, so we got 3 satyrs, and then we got 4 of these guys. These are like undead bombardiers, I guess, for lack of a better term. Undead bombardiers, and then we got so we have 4 of those, and we got 3 of these like dogs, these like weird, creepy hound dogs that are doing. They're only on 1 leg currently. They're all jumping forward. So I'm going to put all this stuff away for now, kind of keep our table clear. And we're going to talk about the July Painting Challenge. Okay, so today marks the 7th day, or the official 1 week mark of the July Painting Challenge. And I am let me just say, I am thoroughly impressed with everybody who is taking part in this challenge, who has risen to the occasion and is looking to improve their skills, and then inspire and motivate other painters and other artists, other creators. Hats off to you guys for just being awesome like that. And tonight we're gonna highlight some of those painters and some of their works. So I would like to do this part with. I actually had planned on doing this part with like a co-host, but I have the worst luck with co-hosts. I just can't get people to stay. I'm taking it personally because I've had lots of co-hosts, or I should say potential co-hosts, and so the common denominator is me. So clearly, the problem is firmly in my court, and I'm just gonna own up to that, and we're gonna tackle our we're gonna tackle this live here. So once again, if you have any questions, comments, threats, we're taking it all, people. So anyways, we're gonna go over here, and I am going to open up a new little window here to have a look at our we're gonna have a look at our Discord. Okay, so that's what I'm planning on doing. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything like that. Otherwise, we're just going to do our thing, go through this recap, and yeah, take it from there. All right. So first thing is we've got to set up. We got to set up this window, this viewing area for our Discord. Okay, so I'm going to go to screen cap, and we're going to screen cap our Discord. I'm going to just blow the whole thing up for now, and let's go into Discord. There we go. So you can see that we are currently in our own Discord, and here's the menu on the left side of the screen here for the July Painting Challenge. And this is where everybody has been posting their updates and so forth for the July Painting Challenge. So we've got our gallery, we've got some general stuff here. We're going to go through these channels and talk about some of the responses to the daily questions and some of the other things that have been shared. So if you're watching this video on record and you want to join this Discord, I will I'll post it somewhere, either in this video or we'll make sure that you have the opportunity to join the Discord. You could actually even just like message me and let me know that you want to be part of this Discord. In fact, why don't we just do this, right? So if I go invite people, and I think I have the I think we have the never expire. Yeah, we have the never expire link here. So let's copy that link, and let's go ahead. I'm going to put it in the live chat. So for those of you who are viewing this live, you now have a link to the Discord so that you can join the Discord and join the painting challenge, because it's super cool. All right, let's get into it. So 7 days of painting, hobbying, and so forth. Here is so starting with the general channel here, or the general chat here. We're looking at folks describing their painting challenge, and we have some folks. So Dicey Guy was posting. He posts a lot of videos in our Discord. And then this is the actual official announcement for Warboss Tae. And then let's see, what else do we have here? This is my video talking about Mythic Battles Pantheon. Obviously, that is my contribution, or that is my painting challenge. And yeah, we're gonna head over to the gallery. Okay, so we're gonna go to gallery from here and start looking at some of this July Painting Challenge stuff. Okay, so let me back up a bit. We're going to scroll back, kind of starting at the beginning here. Cora Crow had posted this, I believe her name is Elizabeth Bathory from Malifaux. And this is very inspiring because this is a limited edition Malifaux miniature. These are hard to find. They run about $80 or so on eBay if you're going to get one. And I happen to have one. And this is one of those areas that I have not painted my Bathory sculpt yet. So you know, that's pretty embarrassing. It's actually here on my desk. I'll show it to you guys in a little bit, but I was kind of saving it for like a special painting occasion where I could really play around with some of those colors, and have not gotten to that. But that's an awesome sculpt, and it's great for Malifaux. You can use her as she's a female Nicodem, if you are going to play Malifaux with her. This here is kind of the opening salvo. This actually, you can see it's June 27th. This was posted before the actual challenge. This is I called it my opening salvo or my warning shot on the Mythic Battles Pantheon project. So you can see this is the core box here. And like I said, part of the strategy is to tackle the easy stuff first, right? The single, almost like these hounds here are almost just one or two colors. There's not a lot going there. The Achilles and his crew, pretty simple. I believe I used color shift paints on these, but it's a very simple paint job. And I think this is something like 12 miniatures done just out of the gate, right? Which is a big deal. There's about 40 some miniatures in this core box. So that was the warning shot, and yeah, it's nice to get a head start like that for this kind of thing. This is from Gorthmorg. Gorthmorg has been posting a lot on the July Painting Challenge. Now, for those of you who don't know, I don't think Gorthmorg is going to call this out. Gorthmorg is actually a partner painter in Play It Painted. So if you're looking at our Facebook page, he's the less famous, more talented painter from our studio, and this is him. He's working on this this wonderful city set here, but that's not actually his July Painting Challenge. All right, that's just something that he's working on, I believe, for his RPG campaign. And he's got this little workshop set up in his garage, and does a lot of really cool painting and modeling stuff. He's got a 3D printer, so he makes some of this material, I believe, and then obviously he likes to paint it all, because that's awesome. Who wouldn't want to do that? Okay, this here is from Spencer, and I don't want to say that Spencer is formally in the challenge, but who cares? He's painting awesome stuff. He counts, right? If you're painting awesome stuff, you count in the challenge. This is he's working on an Infinity miniature, I believe. I want to, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is Senior Massacre from Infinity. He's in the Nomads faction. He's also usable, playable in Aristea. He's basically a Deadpool ripoff. And just great job here on the reds. Look at how clean that paint job is. That is fantastic. But there's reds. You can see even some blues and some purples in there to shade the red. And red is just a very difficult color. It's been in my case, I've always considered red one of the most difficult colors, mainly because the temptation to highlight it is so great. And most of the time you shouldn't highlight red. And I'm going to go out and state that as my personal opinion. I know that there are some other painters that agree with me as well, that like with red, you pick the highest red you're going to get to, but even then it's not really a highlight. It's just sort of the highest, brightest red you're going to get to, and most of the time you're thinking about how to shade something like that. So some really cool imagery here. Here's the back. So some nice detail work on the back as well. Senior Massacre. This makes me want to buy the metal Soldiers of Fortune box, because that is I do like Senior Massacre, but I also really like I forget her name, but there's another kind of support character that goes in there. She's got her alt shaman miniature. I just forget her name. She had the cool like blue curly hair, super mobile support piece for Aristea. I'll get it, guys. I'll get it. Her name is Lakshmi. That's right. That's cool. What I want to buy. Here's a Looks like the completed picture, so you can see the basing is done. And again, super nice, clean work there on the red. Fancy miniature holder as well. These guys rock the fancy miniature holders. All right, back to Gorthmorg, the super dope play it painted fellow painter, and he is working on his Saga Viking Warband. Okay, I like to talk about the games as well as the miniatures when I'm familiar with the game. So for you guys who have never played Saga, Saga is a fantastic game. All right, I. Oh man, I have some videos on Saga. If you want to watch like how to play Saga, you should watch Rubbish In, Rubbish Out. His name is Viv. He does some great Saga tutorial stuff. It is a fantastic game. And the only thing I will say about Saga, which is a little unusual, is the most expensive thing about Saga is the dice. It's not the miniatures. It's not the accessories, not the measuring sticks. It's none of that. It's the dice. Saga dice are expensive. If you want your special battle board custom dice, that can be expensive. But oh my gosh, Saga is one of the coolest games. You could call it a historical game, but it is very, very loosely historical. It's about as close as, say, like your average 40K Infinity wargamer will get to playing like a true historical. Super fun. I wish I had an intact army. I sold a bunch of my Saga armies, but we used to break it out once a year. Like Gorthmorg used to host an annual tournament called Sagist once a year, and you know, that was one of the things. Can you guys tell me in Discord or something if there's any chat going on? Because I see no chat. I'm just typing it. I see no chat. Okay. If you guys have any comments in the chat, let me know. Otherwise, we are gonna keep going. I'm actually gonna we'll move this over to here so I can see chat going on, because we're gonna be spending more time looking at the Discord here. All right, moving along. But that is anyways, wait, we got to go back to this because it's such a great paint job. Look at how crisp this blue is. Like, this is really, really high quality stuff. Good freehand on the stockings. He's a little fancy to be a Viking, but hey, we're cool. But really clean. The skin is clean. The metalwork is good. The basing is good. Like, that's a solid Viking warlord. Vikings rock in Saga, by the way. Don't play Yam's Vikings though. Yam's Vikings are a little cheating, if you ask me. The Yam's Vikings are like Space Marine Vikings. Like, all good, man. Like, look into some of the factions. I play Franks, which is a hilarious faction that is very difficult to figure out, and I was never good at it because I wanted to be clever, but I also didn't put in the time to learn how to be clever. Playing Saga. Yeah, Saga. Check it out. Play it. It's super fun. I hope that Sagist comes back one year, because that's cool. All right. So I believe this is my day 2 for Mythic Battles Pantheon. So you got Zeus here. I call him Chris Christopherson. We'll call him Sexy Chris Christopherson because he's all ripped. But definitely Chris Christopherson in the face here. We've got a Hydra, which is super fun. We've got a Cerberus. Ooh, that's a really blurry picture of the Cerberus there. And then we've got a Medusa, a Minotaur, and a couple of Centaurs. So this was actually the final bits of the core box. So I had finished the core box in day 2 with like a day and a half of the warning stuff and some extra time to work on it. And that was such a big booster, right? Because at the beginning of the challenge, I was looking at these 2 giant boxes, And you just look at the outside of the box and it's super intimidating. You crack these open, you realize the core box is really only about 40 miniatures. And the Pandora's box is, I want to say it's like 70 or something like that. Cool. Okay, so that's some stuff that we had in the gallery. Let's go head over to the next part of the Discord here, and I'll scroll back. So these are, here's some, so Darth Torlin has been posting a lot of his updates, his video updates as well. So I would encourage you to go in and check these out. Looks like there's something. Oh, my YouTube chat is moving. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Here's what I'll do. I may have to pull it up on my phone if I can't see the chat. That's really annoying. What I can do maybe is I can refresh this page. If I refresh the studio page, maybe it will update the chat. Ah, it is. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, my chat's been buggy. It looks like Darth Torlin's been talking on the chat. Cynthia Gutierrez is in. Hey, what's up, Cynthia? Welcome to the feed. And what's up, Nelson? Also, welcome to the feed. Let's keep going. Thanks, everybody. Okay. So this is Darth Torlin's project. It is Gaslands. Okay. So Gaslands is a really cool miniature game in that it's sort of a DIY miniature game. It's super fun for people that like. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Hello. This is super cool for modelers and for folks that really like custom stuff. Now, this kind of reminds me of like the old like battle cars and that kind of stuff that they used to put out rules for in the 80s. This is like Mad Max Wasteland type stuff. And so Darth Torlin is he bought a set of Hot Wheels and he has been converting this stuff on his Twitch. So if you want to watch Darth Torlin on his Twitch, I believe he's been posting. Here's a video link to his Twitch. Head over there and bug him in his chat while he's building. I was bugging him earlier today, watching him build some of this stuff. So very, very cool there. I gotta what? Never mind. Okay. Anyways, so that's Darth Torlin's project, and this was the start of his project. So you can see all the Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars in their packaging there. There's one of my videos on this looks like Atlas and Leonidas. This is day 2. Let's see what else we got. So this is actually something I wanted to highlight, which is just absolutely amazing, right? This is Gorthmorg again, and this is a commission that he did for Harry Potter miniatures, I believe, right? So, I mean, if you look at the composition of the miniature, this is Knight Models, by the way, 60 millimeter base, and just the composition is just fantastic. It's a very understated piece, and I'm not talking about the sculpt. I'm talking about the colors. If you look at the palette that he's used, it's very understated, but it's super warm, right? If you look at the yellows, they're not like crazy bright yellows. But if you look at how the yellow is being used in the fire, if you look at how it's being used here as just like the most understated OSL you could think of, right here along the cloak, you can even see some of the warmth here on some of these models down at the bottom of the piece. It's brilliant. The best part of this piece, now when you're looking at a piece like this, the fire is probably the first thing that catches your eyes, right? So you're looking at the different colors here in the fire. You're looking at some of the highlights here. But really, from a technical standpoint, some of the best work is right here at where the cloak, the bottom of the cloak has got shadow on it, and it's got a little reflection of the flame on it as well. Not to mention, like, the hair and the beard work is fantastic as well. Just an excellent piece. This is probably, I think it's one of the best pieces he's ever done. So super awesome. Somebody jumped into the voice channel with me.
So,
oh, hey, what's up, Sean?
Not much. How are you?
Doing all right, man. So we're doing the week 1 recap. I don't see no Sean stuff on this, man. I don't understand.
I should probably be dropping some of those off in there.
I know. I was like,
on.
Man, it's all good though. I'll keep going. You can feel free to post.
Yeah, I'll drop them in.
All right. So here's some. This is a recap video I did with one of my favorite pieces. Now, it may not technically be the best piece I painted, but I explain in the video why I love it. It's the Malifaux Mechanical Rider. It was just one of the most fun. It's like some of the most fun I've ever had painting. And so I would strongly recommend, if you want to paint really fun stuff, honestly, look into Malifaux. Building it is going to hurt a little bit. But it's going to hurt a little bit if you're not used to building tiny plastic kits with hundreds of parts. Yeah, it could hurt your brain a bit. But the painting for Malifaux is fantastic. Yvonne loves building it, which is, I don't know, that's her. I love painting it. So, anyways, Mechanical Rider, super fun. We got some Diddy trying to answer his phone there. This is from Xena 15. And this is her beholder that she painted during that special paint event that we had at Comic Quest, which was it was a beholder paint day, super fun. Look at I love the use of gold. You notice how I'm doing it with like the color change paints and all this stuff on my Mythic Battles Pantheon. Well, she was ahead of the curve, man. Like, she did that on this beholder, and this was months ago. This is almost a year ago for painting, and you can see just a great use of the gold. It's what I love about it is she's using gold, and it's acting in a reflective manner, but you're not. At no point are you under any illusion that this is not a living beholder, right? She's got great color transition here on the teeth, right? That's awesome. On the horns, look at all the detail work on the eyes. She's got the little light reflection in the eyes, and you see how they match. When you're doing eyes like that, you're doing the light reflection. You want that little white dot to be basically in the same. That's you. Hey. Yeah. You want that dot to be in the same direction on each eye, and you can see that she's done that for all of these. So this is excellent, super fun. I loved painting those beholders. Mine was like an angry pineapple or something. Okay, some more videos here. So some update on Tory Ling's Gasland stuff. So this is the initial build stuff here. So he's got he's using green stuff to kind of fill gaps and that kind of thing. And then this is some early weapon positioning here. I believe these bits are GW weapon bits, which is a great use, right? Because you always get. You're saying you're the beholder. Yeah. So this is a great use for GW weapon bits. I'm gonna pick favorites here. I like this muscly guy over here. He's awesome. He's got the racing stripe. And I think it's these two. I like both of these. I'm not so sure I like this particular gun on this one. even though it's a super cool gun. But I think about these guns on this one, it's probably not as cool. So it's a good choice. Um, yeah. All right. Cool. I mean, who would have thought that that was a part of the miniature hobby? I know when Gaslands first came out, that was like the big, almost like the gimmick of the game was like, oh man, you don't need to buy, $30-40 miniatures. You get to just buy Hot Wheels and play Hot Wheels. Oh, it's a saw. Okay, well that would explain a lot. It looks like a weird. Here it looks almost almost like a Tyranid bioweapon, just from the angle looking down. But this is definitely one of my favorite vehicles. I gotta go with the Mustang though. Super cool there. Okay, and I love this shot too. So again, back to Gorthmorg. And there's Mr. Cool Viking Warlord, and then this is his Viking warband. So it looks like these guys here, these guys up front here are Hearthguard. So they're like the elite troops. Cynthia Gutierrez says hot. So they're like the elite troops for Saga, and then you would have warriors, and then I forget what there's like the under warrior class, like the super cannon fodder guys. His Viking list looks like this is going to be like more of an elite type warband, so he doesn't have like the cannon fodder guys. He just has like regular warriors, and then he's got Hearthguard here, and this is a big unit of Hearthguard. Like that's going to put the hurt on you. Super fun. I love the backdrop. I've got to with my shots is like really dirty, and I've got to put the light box together so I can try to get a little bit better photographs. But I love this one. All right, cool. Okay, still moving down. Now we're going to talk about the daily questions. All right, so if you have any comments about your answers, we're going to review some of the daily questions, and then we'll jump over to progress here. Okay, so we all talked about our projects here. Let's scroll all the way back. So we talked about our projects here. This is Zaina's project. This is Journey. I remember this being on Kickstarter some years ago and being interested in Journey because the miniatures, the sculpts look fantastic. You've got basically, I believe this is the Monkey King here. So you've got Sun Wukong, Great Sage equal with Heaven. We always have to say it. We have to say the full title every time we say Sun Wukong, Great Sage equal with Heaven. We must say it that way every time. Can't type and hold baby. Aw. That's okay. Special shout out to you for Cynthia for having a small baby and still rocking the paint challenge. That is hardcore, man. Like it was hard enough for me to when my kids were really small to continue painting and streaming at night and all of that kind of thing. But I let's be honest here. Like the husband's job is way easier. Like I don't have to be I don't have to be breastfeeding, but I'm bottle feeding, that kind of stuff. And frankly, I was not I wasn't really taking care of the babies much at night compared to my wife. So big shout out to you for being able to do those two things at the same time. It's like that's really inspiring, right? The rest of us are like, man, I'm lazy. I need to paint more. Okay. you got a mother of a young baby that's attacking the painting challenge. I got to get on my game. But this is awesome. So we're looking here at the set here. I like this little Reaper. Is that a Reaper paint set? It looks like from the case. That looks like a Reaper paint set. Cool. And looking forward to seeing more of this stuff get painted. There's my floor full of the Mythic Battles Pantheon stuff. This is So this is Muffin Man's his project. He hasn't posted any painted updates. So oh no, I think he did one, but he showed up during paint day to work on this crew. This is Ma Tucket from Malifaux. So
Oh,
part of the Bayou faction. And if you're not familiar with Malifaux, this basically gremlins are hillbilly goblins. Just think of that. They're goblins that are literally drunk, silly, gun-toting hillbillies. So you'll see gremlins with they'll have these like these flared muzzle rifles and shotguns that they basically shoot kind of randomly. In the old rules, they used to every time they missed a shot, they would automatically do damage to fellow gremlins. And there's still some mechanics like that available in the game. They used to be the silly faction in Malifaux, and yeah, they're still the silly faction in Malifaux, but they are stupidly strong as well. Like they're a very powerful faction once you kind of get the sideways thinking the way that those crews run. So you got Ma Tucket here, who is from what Muffin Man tells me. Ma Tucket is more of like they're almost like more of an elite individual style crew, so not a terrible amount of synergy between units, but you can get a lot of production out of her. These rooster riders in the back are amazing. Like just look at these sculpts; they're super fun. Um, like this is a very fun faction to collect and paint. And then to top it off, Ma Tucket can take the Soulstone Miner, this drill bit back here. This thing has been the bane of Malifaux Third Edition because of how good they are. So I have two in my Malifaux bag at any time because I'm a bad person. And I field them regularly in my Arcanum faction. So, but yeah, you can have one with Ma Tucket, which is fantastic as well. So, and during this paint day, Muffin Man he painted most of Ma Tucket. I don't know if he posted a photo in here or not. Hopefully, he did. Uh, so this is a cool this is my favorite question of the whole challenge. Really, was besides miniatures, tell us about another one of your interests. And Sean, I know you haven't told us yours, and I know you have many, but
many.
let's do. Can you answer first before we look at some of these other answers? You want to pick one? I'll pick one. I can pick one for you if you want. But
Sure.
what?
Um, so like hobby wise, other than
Other
painting.
than miniatures.
Well, recently I've been in the hip hop dancing and Latin style dancing.
Yeah.
It's like the newest thing. But before all that, it used to be music and music theater.
Oh, I didn't know you were a theater kid. I
Yeah,
did
I did
not
a
know that.
lot of stuff in theater.
Oh man. So you should hang out with my wife. She was the theater teacher for the
Okay.
longest time. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. So you're a theater kid. Yvonne's a theater kid.
Hmm.
So okay, that's stuff is making sense. We got Thomas. Thomas is a performer as well. He's a vocal coach.
Yeah.
So we
Hmm.
got some theater folks in our midst. Cool. I actually was thinking of the hip hop as as one of your other hobbies outside of the miniature thing.
Yeah, I also used to do a lot of singing at the same time, along with a lot of instrumental type stuff because
Because
you ever
you were trying to be Prince.
essentially essentially I was trying to be Prince. I mean, plays how many instruments?
Everybody kind of want to be Prince. We would all want to be Prince. Maybe
Hmm.
I'd like to keep my height, even though I'm not that tall. I'm taller than Prince,
Yeah,
though.
I'm like taller than Prince by like 2 inches or something.
So Darth Torlin did he did backstage stuff as well.
Oh,
Cool. All right. Awesome. Let's see. So So Gorthmorg is talking about his motorcycle hobby. That's an expensive hobby. He's a dad also. He has two small kids.
Mhm.
Whenever you find time to do stuff like that, it's great. So that's his answer. I think that's cool. I've seen the bikes at his house, but I've never actually seen like him ride, like do any riding. And I guess that makes sense. That's like a very rare thing for him. Okay. Zeta 15. I like baking sweets and trying new recipes. Favorite thing to make is cheesecake. All right. That's it. We're
Nice.
friends. Cheesecake is awesome. Used to do cake decorating too. Haven't done it much lately.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of cheesecake. My wife does not like cheesecake. So I go have cheesecake separately.
Mm.
I'm like, this is like, what is that? Oh, it's cheesecake. Ugh. She didn't like cheesecake. I'm like, what is the matter with you? How do you not like cheesecake?
I'm
Anyway,
like expensive in the cake department because like my wife knows I'm into tiramisu
yeah,
and
tiramisu,
she's
yeah.
just
My,
getting a hold of it. It's like expensive, especially for a good slice of it.
mm-hmm. My wife she's made tiramisu before, so
Really?
she's pretty good at baking. Like she's done a bunch of that stuff, but she just doesn't like cheesecake, and
Uh,
that hurts my soul a lot because I love cheesecake. I haven't had cheesecake actually. I don't know if this counts, but the closest I've had to cheesecake recently is like I went to like Dairy Queen, and
mhm.
you get the strawberry cheesecake
Oh yeah, yeah,
blizzard.
yeah. Yeah,
I do allow myself that. I don't know
that's
if
fair.
I don't know if that's really cheesecake in there, but
I mean, it's
it
got
who
cheesecake
cares?
in it.
It's awesome anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, Spencer also likes cheesecake. Okay, good. Like we can all agree on that. Cheesecake is awesome. Here's a photo of one of my geckos, and I still have all my geckos, folks. So if anyone's looking for a gecko, please let me know. I have many geckos. Uh, but it's a super fun hobby, and it's totally unintentional. We left our lizards together for too long, and now the
Nature took
female,
over.
yeah, and she kept that sperm for months and months and months. They've been apart for uh, a year now. They've been apart
Oh,
for a year, and
jeez.
she was still laying eggs. She had. I mean, the last two that hatched was like a month ago.
Mhm.
So anyway, if you like crested geckos, let me know. They're great pets. They're super
Get you the
easy.
hookup.
Please. Anyway,
He'll give you the hookup.
I'll give you the hookup. Uh, let's see. I've made tiramisu for my husband. I don't like it. Some people don't like it because it's
Yeah.
kind of bitter. It's got
Very
that.
acquired taste.
Yeah, but it's so smooth.
Hmm.
It's really nice. What am I saying? I pretty much like all cake.
All
That's just me.
cakes.
I like all cakes. I like all. This is my problem. I like all breads. Any carbs I like. I like all of those things. I like baking. I love it when just baking is happening around me, and there's
Yeah.
bread. I just love that. Anyway, that's not a hobby. It's just an admission. All right. Question 3 was about the zone, right? This was it's a really interesting question.
Zone?
It's something
Auto
that
zone?
it's like the the way the question was phrased. It was like, you ever feel like you get in the zone while you're painting, or basically, all of your movements are perfect and your color choices are perfect, and you're not stopping to think too hard about your paint, what your color choice or your technique, and you're just going, and everything looks great, everything works out great. You bang out this awesome piece at the end of it. How often does that happen for you? And when was the last time it happened, right? So this was my DBZ video, basically, where I broke down my painting style, and I was like, well, it's kind of like Kaioken, and
Mm,
I've made it to Super Saiyan Blue, but I haven't made it to Ultra Instinct, and we're all
yeah.
trying to get to Ultra Instinct, basically. And there's some interesting answers here. For example, so Gorthmark is saying pretty much when he works on a figure of a D&D character he's playing or some important NPC. So he's talking
Makes
about
sense.
attachment, right? If you're
Hmm.
attached to that character, you can get in and really enjoy painting that character, and especially if it's like your character, you don't have to
Yeah.
ask. You don't ask yourself like, oh, what color is this, or um, you know, what like distinctive markings this character has. Um, when I work on people's commissions for D&D, it's actually some of my favorite commission work, because even though it doesn't, from a profitability standpoint, it doesn't make you any more money than any other commission. But what's so fun about it is people will bring you like a model, right? They'll bring you a model, but then they'll bring you like a stack of papers of just reference material, right? Because they're so into their character.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, make sure that you got this, and um, oh, and then, this is really important. Can you please do that? And I always had fun doing that. And then just when you bring the miniature back to them and their mind explodes, like that's super rewarding, because
Yeah.
it's like they get to see their character come to life. Um, and so I've only, knock on wood, I've only had good experiences painting D&D
Hmm.
characters for people.
That's
So
good.
let's see. What about you, Sean? In the zone, what sort of,
Okay, so
have you
this
made it
may
to Super
sound.
Saiyan 2? What is how
Ooh, yes.
Super Saiyan
Instinct?
3?
No.
You haven't made
Um,
Instinct.
for me, it is. Okay, this sounds really weird, but especially when I'm batch painting,
Hmm.
the first one is always the hard one.
Okay.
Because your brain's like trying to figure out, okay, what color goes here, what color goes there, do I like this color here? And you're just like going through all the different motions in order to try to figure out the proper color blend for each thing, and trying to remember your, especially if you're busy, your color combinations.
Okay.
Because there can be days where you get interrupted, have to go to work and all that type of stuff that you were working on. Coming back, you're like, wait, which green was it that I have? Because I
Hmm.
have two that are really close together. You don't really want to, have to repaint something all over again.
Okay.
But usually, when you batch paint and you're uninterrupted and all that type of stuff, the moment that you get the one model going and you know what the reference is, then it's just, you know, nonstop clockwork, and you're just like going after each one, you know,
Okay. That's cool.
putting the color down, letting that
Yeah.
one area dry while you're working on the next model, and just switching each thing up each time. So
Okay.
for me, it's usually when I have to just do batch painting.
Hmm.
Otherwise, like individual stuff, that's when my brain's usually working the hardest, because I want it to look unique or something that hasn't been seen before. Because you
Sure.
go for basic colors, for example. I haven't placed it on the play it painted thing, but
Okay.
the centaur. I'm sure that you saw that one for
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Beast Graves.
Yeah.
It was just all neon colors, and that's all that I used for it.
That's cool.
That one was like one of the ones where I was like really proud of. It's just I
Okay.
had to use Satyr as a test subject in order to see what I can do with the colors in order to match everything up.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Let's move on to question 4. Show off your favorite mini. We saw Gorthmorg's. It was that Harry Potter mini. I didn't see. Let's see. I didn't really see other people's favorite minis, but that's okay. Maybe you will paint your favorite mini as part of the challenge, and then that will be your answer for next year when we when we ask the question. Let's see. Uh, Question 5. I'm trying to remember. How do you keep motivated to paint? Okay, that's the biggest question in the entire challenge, right? It's like I said in my own answer. It's the reason why I have my channel. Like the number of times I'm like, I should probably like sit down and put together long form content on some strategies that I use to keep myself motivated to paint. Um, that's kind of how important that question is to me. But it's very interesting to hear um, other people's answers. So let's see. Starting with Gorthmorg, my painting time is limited between 8 and 11 p.m. on nights when he doesn't have D&D. Some nights I'm just too damn tired, so knowing I have little time to get things done keeps me trying to work on everything at once. So it's almost like that healthy amount of pressure. It's like if your days are super full, and like you're about to. This happens to me too. Like you're about to go to bed, and you're like, man, I won't have much time this week to paint. Let me just paint for like an hour, and then 3 hours later you're going to bed. Uh, so that can be useful. Let's see. Zana says, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm just going to say Zana. Uh, I only started painting models last year. This challenge is keeping me motivated. Full-time mom, so I try to paint when the baby's taking her naps or when she's preoccupied with her baby gym. I want to see how far I can get. That is super cool. So you just so again, being opportunistic with your time, understanding like when you understand how valuable your time is, it's a huge motivator. And then, one of the things that uh, I was remarked to me by Yvonne. She told me when she first started painting, her thing was like she didn't realize how, in her words, how zen this hobby is, and it how it can really bring her into a nice relaxed state at the end of the day. It's a great way to decompress. I definitely use it as a way to decompress, and I use these streams as they're sort of therapeutic for me. They're sort of cathartic, especially when I start ranting about stuff. Uh, so that's it's very cheap therapy in some ways. So, but yeah, it is really relaxing. I've had a number of people tell me that they find painting to be very stressful. And I can understand that too. That's when you're putting too much pressure on yourself to fit a too tight or too narrow a window, or maybe um, too exacting of a goal, right? Uh, you'll see that, like, if you see people that, for example, if you've ever done like faux finish or stuff on your wall, stuff that requires a little bit of artistic vision, like you're applying a glaze to a wall, or you're doing some Venetian plaster, some stucco work, that kind of thing, or yeah, plaster work, or what do they call them? They call them whitewashes.
Yeah.
If you're doing that type of work and you're staring at the brochure, and the brochure has a sample of what it should look like, and you expect it to look exactly like that sample, you will never be happy with your wall. That's what I
That's
tell people.
true.
Like it's not about that. You want to enjoy your process and find out where your own skill and your own creativity takes you. So if your picture, you want to visualize what your miniature should look like at the end of the day when you're done painting it, but you should also not be so exacting as to, like, stress yourself out, demoralize yourself when you're trying to paint. Like, too many people
Mhm.
have told me, "Oh, I tried to paint. I painted for an hour straight, and I tried to get the eyebrow on this model correct, and I couldn't get the brush to do what I wanted it to do, so I quit painting forever and ever." and stopped, and now I hate painting, and you shouldn't paint. Like, I know somebody that went through that whole logic and went around telling people not to paint. That was pretty upsetting. Like, yeah, just because you're the perfectionist control freak does not mean that you get to kill everybody else's dreams around you, buddy. Not okay. But anyway, motivated to paint. What, Sean? What keeps you motivated to paint?
Um, this is like going in the opposite direction of what you said. Knowing that each time that I take another model, I may learn something new,
Yeah,
painting technique, which would change the game for how I paint on other stuff entirely.
yeah. I don't. I think that jives. I don't think that like.
Each time it's like a new step stool. Because
Yeah.
you'll have a model that has bird wings, for example. You've never painted bird wings, so you're just like, okay, let me see how this goes. And it may not click to you initially, but then you go and do, like, for example, like some character that's wearing a sweater. But then you start realizing, oh, I could highlight these in such a way. And then you realize maybe I could double back on these bird wings, and you find something completely different that you weren't doing beforehand that you can now
so it's
apply.
the prospect of getting better each time and learning something new. That's cool. That's a great answer.
That's usually what motivates me to going painting.
Okay, great. Day 6 was the talk about the sad thing that you haven't painted.
I don't want to talk about that one.
Yeah, that's like there's a lot of stuff.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
Find the dustiest model here.
Well, mine was pretty bad. Mine was Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you were there. You were in the shop that day when it's like we knew we were gonna get shut down, and I was like, well, I better buy something big. So I bought that and haven't touched it. So
I should have pushed you towards Monster Apocalypse. At least your kid would have gotten a kick out of painting a figure.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I'll get to it someday. Sooner rather. It'll probably sometime this year, but I don't know. Right now, just not on the radar. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move over to. So we've got the progress updates. This is my favorite little part of the feed here, because this is where you get all kinds of cool stuff going on. This is where. I'm
kind of glad that you didn't ask me.
Well, you can answer. You can answer.
Oh. It's gonna hurt, though, if I answer what it is.
Why?
Relic Knight.
Oh, don't even. That doesn't hurt. You're dodging a bullet for right now.
Because the models look so nice. It's just.
Yeah. It's probably hurt you more to paint it and realize, oh, we don't have a game to play. That's super annoying. Oh, cool. So here's the beginning of the Gorthmorg stuff. So there's the Saga Warband. Man, nice miniatures. I don't think this guy came in the Warband. I think this was a separate purchase for that Warlord. Here's Zena stuff primed. A lot of Beastmen. This would make a decent Chaos Blood Bowl team. You just need a couple of Chaos Knights in there. That could totally be a Blood Bowl team. Cool. And we're looking at building. This is the best thing to go through at the end of the challenge, to go through your the weekly progress and just see how far you got. This is awesome. So this is Kevin's Rubric Marines. And when I'm using the word awesome for 40K and Space Marines, you done right. Okay? Because I don't like talking about Space Marines, but these are actually really nice Rubric Marines. Kevin has been working pretty hard to up his painting game. And he's been working more on really trying to not necessarily boost his productivity, but increase his quality, his overall
Yeah, that
quality of painting.
detail's good.
Yeah, and he's starting to, and it's definitely really starting to show. You can see he's working with crackle paint on the base, which is super cool. Um, and then he's going with like it's like a gold, almost more of a copper or a wait, it's like maybe copper or brass type um, base coat, and then building up to white. Ooh, that's a lot of work to do
Mm.
that, to start from there and to go to white. And then again with the fancy holders. You guys in your fancy Citadel holders, man. Here
I
we
only
go.
got one out of a Christmas present from a friend.
So here's some more updates on his rubric. This is Squadda Rubric Marines again. Building up that white is going to be tough. This looks like Space Wolf Gray. So the Space Wolf Gray is a fantastic undercoat for white. He's probably going to go from there to white, and then if he's going to stick with standard Thousand Suns colors, then he'll go blue to match the gold. Super cool. Nice stuff. Well, nice work on the basing though. It's interesting that and then here's the part that kind of drives me insane is this all of this making sure all of this bordering stays intact, right? Because he started with that brass base there, and then he's got to keep all that white contained in there. That's tedious. Ugh. Good job, Kevin. Awesome. This is a build photo. Gorthmorg really likes the idea of his warlord just standing above all them dudes. It's like the first model going in here. This Minotaur / Beastmen. These are really cool. Yeah, I'd never looked at the Journey stuff up close. The sculpts look good. Some more building there. So it's a lot of Xena and Gorthmorg. Here's back to Darth Torlin. More Gasland stuff. That's fun. I like I guess it looks like he's magnetized the weapons so that you can swap out different options there. I think the side guns here are gonna stay. Those look permanent, but you could probably change the top turret there. Cool. More Beastmen stuff. This looks like base coat's going down on the Beastmen. This guy must be the squad leader. He's looking a little cooler than everybody else, or maybe is he the prototype one, the example one, and then she'll base off of here. Nice. Very cool. More Saga stuff. Here's some Dicey Guy. So Dicey Guy is a fellow YouTuber. He was on stream with me the other day. Norwegian dude. I call him the Ed Sheeran's uncle because he's a ginger. Looks like he looks kind of like Ed Sheeran. Super fun to watch though. Go subscribe to Dicey Guy because he's very fun, very interactive in his feeds as well. So he's working on. So what Dicey Guy's working on is he's working on a Warcry warband, in kind of in tribute to the regulars on his channel and his supporters. Okay, and yeah, Xena's confirmed that that's the first prototype. So these are different people that are kind of regulars in the Dicey Guy chat. So this big guy back here is Bazooka Joe. I think this one here is Mickey Genver, and then he's got, I don't know. I'm trying to name them all, but I'm not terribly familiar. I believe this guy here is Warboss Tae. Warboss Tae is the YouTuber who actually set up this whole challenge. So a little tribute to Warboss Tae there. But yeah, very cool. Like you can see all the conversion work that he's been doing, and he's a lot further along these days with this project. Oh, here's this looks a lot closer to completion. So he's got skin tones coming in. Yeah, that's just a fun looking warband. Really like the big. So you can see that this is uh, Bazooka Joe is built to look like Blanca. Yeah, yeah. Darth Horlin, go ahead and post Warboss Tae's YouTube for sure, because people should be subscribed to that and follow him and a lot of the other updates there. Um, Wash layer to the models. Okay, so we're darkening a little shadow on the Beastmen here. This is something that I have always been horrible at, is what you're doing right here. See how she's got all the notes down for what she did? A lot of painters,
That's
a
amazing.
lot of good painters do that. I do not do that. I am awful at that. And the worst part about it is, so I do commission painting, and so I'll paint like somebody's guild ball team. Like I had a client that I painted all his guild ball teams in, and I painted his butchers, right? And I have like 30 reds. I have 30 different reds, and I'm like, oh, just
Hmm.
paint, yeah, here we go, and then I just like cranked out the main parts of the team. And then when they started to add like the rookie and third captain and all that stuff, he's like sending me these like, can you do these and make them match the other team? And I'm like, oh crap, I don't remember how I did that. So I have to go back and watch my own like streams, and I have to go through my own social media. Like, okay, what color is that? Just trying to figure this out. That's awesome. I should probably do that. I'm just too lazy to do that. All right, so there's my stuff there. Cool. So that was the progress updates, and let's shift over here to. Okay, cool. Very cool models in here. Let's keep going. Let's back up. All right. So here's this is the first set, Mythic Battles Pantheon. Wow, my photography needs to be a little bit better. Um, but yeah, you're looking at Hippolyta and some Amazon warriors. You've got Athena there, Ares here. More Darth Torlin stuff. There's now definitely you can tell it's a chainsaw, and he's magnetized them so you can start swapping weapons around. That's cool. It'd be fun. It's gonna be fun when you get to the like the weathering and that kind of stuff on these. That's gonna be super fun. Some more magnets and green stuff. This is the big motivator, like the big motivating factor that I use. Right, is getting to this point. And Zaina, when you're working on your board game and you get to put those painted pieces back in the spot, it's like one of the best feelings in painting. It is super satisfying to do that. And when you crack open this box later on and you're like, oh my gosh, I did all that. I you know and it looks cool, and we can break it out and play a game with it. It's super cool. So this is the core box for Mythic Battles Pantheon. Some more weapons from Darth Torlin. Cool. Here's a kind of a mishmash of stuff. Day 4, I took a break after I finished the core box, so some Batman 3rd edition stuff. Gonna be painting more Batman, folks. That's just what's gonna happen. I got Bronze Tiger looking bronze, and Comic Talia, and a little Guild Ball bikini action there. Need to spend more time working on skin tones. These types of models are fantastic for that. You just want to practice skin tones. More progress picks here. So magnets going in. So Darth Torlin's probably the most thorough in terms of posting every bit of progress. So that's good. This is so Zaina the week 1 recap is she finished 6 of the models, but look at you see that you made a clean spot. That's so cool. So now you have you have a basically something to build off of in the coming weeks, and you can see that there's some of the metal and wood shield work here on these guys has started as well. And so, and you're also, I should point out that you're also following, it looks like you're following painting from the most basic parts of the set and you're working your way up. Maybe this last piece here maybe this guy gets finished last because he's the coolest, in my opinion, he's the coolest sculptor, or this guy here. I don't know. You probably want to finish on a high note, right? So it's probably one of these two, um, whichever one is your favorite sculpt. But that's cool. So you're working your way this way. Archers will get done too at some point. You got this little dude here. Who's this guy? That guy's cool. He's gonna be a cool little one-off just to paint. Some close-up on the Minotaur Beastmen. So you got some nice shading going on here, some highlighting over the fur. Really nice texture work here, like between the wood and the iron here. I like that this iron isn't it isn't too bright. It doesn't look polished. It just looks like real beat up and real crude. Cool. Oh, here's Yvonne's her update. So she's working on God tier, as you saw from the stream we did a week ago. So that's her God tier champion, and she's got the cool crystal dudes in the background. You can see the glitter from here, right? You could see that shiny color shift stuff from here, which is awesome. And then there's really cool work that's going on down here too. Again, color shift stuff happening. And I like that it almost gives it, when you turn the model, you can see, like, it'll give it a different tone. Like you can see this whole part of the model in shadow. That little guy is Kogaji Demon Lord. I don't know if I'm saying that right. All right. Over to Kevin. Look at this dude. The quality of his painting is off the charts.
Wow.
Look at this. That's stunning, man. So he'd been working on this guy for a while, and that is just such a great, centerpiece. The blending here on the skin is amazing. Look at the horns. Nice blending there on the horns. The little detail work on the feathers. I like that he's actually using the shadow a little bit more. When you see this model like painted as an example, sometimes all of this looks like super blocky because they've got every single bit of it the same tone, and that looks kind of terrible, especially on a big model like this. But super clean work. He's got a little bit of freehand on the tabard there, so that looks cool. Yeah,
I like everything about it.
I like everything about it. You can see that. So yeah, he did work his way up to white, and he's using he's got the top highlight on the metal that's bring you back to a heavily burnished gold. Super nice. That's fun. That's just a great, like, that's something you're going to bring to the table and be very proud of. That's great. Okay. All right. So here's some of your stuff.
Yeah, the long dump of week 1.
Cool. You want to walk us through these?
Yeah. So this first one is supposed to be an elf character from Green Horde, I believe, from Zombicide.
Okay.
Initially, I was gonna just go regular elf type coloration, but then something said, go look at some of the D&D books.
Yeah.
If there's anything that's interesting. Come across like moon elves,
Okay.
which they're supposed to have like different type of aesthetic. Their colors are like bluish purple colors, but not like drow. It's the dark purple type deal, and then I just decided to go with like the white hair flowing in front of the face.
Okay,
That's something different.
nice. Okay,
Uh,
this one's fun. I like the breath weapon.
yeah. So the breath weapon. Luckily, after like I think it was like last year when I had talked to you about um doing like adding inks onto basically like clear
Yeah,
uh type stuff. So yeah, after you told me like using a hairspray on clear plastics in order to make it tacky enough for the
the ink to
ink
stick.
in order to adhere to it,
Mm-hmm.
I just started practicing with that technique a little bit more. The first model that I did that with was the gelatinous cubes that
Yeah,
Reaper used to sell.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The hard to find gelatinous cube.
yeah. I remember those.
Yeah, so that was like my first test with it, and then the Golden Wyvern alone, I basically went down the path of using contrast paints, and after that, using turbo paints.
Oh, cool.
I got.
Nice.
So it's a combination of, I believe, afterburn and all that glitters.
Oh, cool. Okay. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Kevin's in the chat.
Hey,
Nice.
Kevin.
I like that one. This is a great piece. I love the color composition on this.
Oh,
And
thanks.
very.
That one also is from Green Tide. It's a dwarf.
Mhm.
Um,
I
First, I was
generally
gonna.
hate dwarf sculpts, but I love this dwarf sculpt.
That's the thing. This is like one of the few that I said, this actually has a lot of character to it, and it's like all the parts and pieces to it. I didn't feel like it's all cramped. I
Mhm.
actually had room in order to paint and double back and do highlights on certain things without feeling like I need to find like a smaller brush in order to do like highlights.
Yeah. See, Kevin says he agrees. He says that dwarf dude is his favorite from your latest batch. Agree.
Thanks.
And now we're gonna move on to Forbidden Fortress stuff.
Yeah.
So we got the
Oh,
samurai here, red and
that's
black. It's
yeah.
you want to keep that super clean, and that looks
Yep.
awesome.
Super classic
Classic samurai
colorations.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. We got and you did the switch up on the mage. The
Yep.
package art has her in red and orange.
Ed. Yep.
She's the fire mage, and you've got her like throwing green. I don't know if that would be wind magic or poison magic or something like that.
Kind of went like a poison type aspect, but also at the same time too, when you're watching like Big Trouble in Little China and you have like green jade color always being mentioned, I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe I could do that instead.
the burning
One of
blade.
my
Yeah,
yeah, one of my friends actually suggested that color for the kimono because I always
nice.
like always want to do something different.
Mhm.
So after like just going with a primary color, then I just started going in and trying to detail it out. And I think the geisha face was the hardest part of the model of everything else
Well, it looks good.
because
Yeah,
just getting in like the eyeliner and the red
yeah.
just near like the parts of the eyes and also the lipstick like correct
Mhm.
was a bit challenging.
Cool. And then we've got one of the Tengu.
And one of the many Tengu. Right now, I am currently finishing up that batch as we speak.
Does it come
Um,
with like 8 Tengu or something like that?
it comes with 6
6
Tengu.
Tengu. Okay.
Yeah. Initially, I was gonna do you know, different groups of them, but then I was like, they're a squad.
Yeah.
probably like the regular foot soldiers for this game anyway, so
You would
I
think
make it
that,
difficult.
but at least like when I've been playing, I hardly ever run into Tengu.
Really?
I run more into the undead samurai stuff. That's
Undead
probably just
Samurai,
luck,
yeah.
though. I think it's the same
Hmm.
amount of cards in the threat deck,
Yeah.
but yeah, I usually run into the undead stuff and the worms.
The next thing that's on my chopping block are the Oni, the
Hmm.
3 Oni. Um, Funny thing is, like, my friend ended up giving this to, like, he had 2 batches of this box. And, he had bought the regular brimstone thing.
Hmm.
Then I guess whatever package they had gotten it from, I think it was like from a seller on eBay, because sometimes they do like um, late pledges and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
Person sent regular game and then this game as well, and
Oh
he
wow.
ended up giving me this game as like a birthday present. I'm like, dude, what the?
Oh,
It's
that's
like
cool.
happy birthday. I'm like,
That's nice.
okay.
All right.
So it also comes with the expansion stuff, which I haven't even touched yet. But
Cool. Yeah, I when you say the expansion stuff, the what's it called? Temple of Shadows.
yes.
Okay, that's super cool too. All right, awesome. Well, good. Wow, that was a lot of stuff that happened in week one for the painting challenge, and just wanted to say thank you to everybody that has that is participating in the challenge. And I don't know, this is good stuff, man. I just like it's this is like one of my favorite things to do every year when we had it. It's been a few years since we've had this challenge, and I'm super happy to be able to host a part of it for us here. But I would also encourage everybody go check out the other the other YouTube channels and every other stuff on social media that is sharing their participation in the painting challenge. So another thing I want to point out too is like we do want to do. I plan on doing these weekly recaps um, during the challenge, and Sean has been commentating tonight. But any of you other folks that are interested in joining, not just like this type of stream, or if you want to join one of my other streams, let me know. Um, and for those of you who have posted in the challenge, you may see that your name is now purple in the Discord. That means that you do have access to like the on-air sections and so forth. So if you wanted to jump in and chat, you are welcome to do so. All right. So I guess with that, I'm going to. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend painting, but I think what I want to do, oops, is I think I want to. I'm going to turn that off and remove that for now, and get back to a little bit of painting. It is 10:30 though, so there may not be too much painting going on, but we'll do with what we got. I'm not, like I said, I was gonna do this Mythic Battles Pantheon stuff, but one, it's more like rank and file stuff. It's nothing really interesting, and it's pretty much done. Um, the other thing I was gonna do is this stuff. This is more Mandalorian type stuff from Fantasy World Games. Uh, I don't know. I might have to save that for something else. I mean, you guys have kind of already seen me work on these, like work on some of this stuff. So I don't know how entertaining it would be. Although, well, with the color shifts, there is some cool stuff to be had there. So yeah. I don't know.
De-
I mean, I
definitely
guess I'll.
think
Oh, go ahead.
definitely think having like a color shifting episode would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Just like kind of a separate. episode on that. These
Yeah.
are just, this is just more commission stuff to paint, and I don't know. I mean, it's the same basic painting as the other stuff. So I guess what we can do, let's just work on this guy for a little bit. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, any comments, let me know in the comment section, and we'll just keep painting. Oh, David Moffat's in the chat. What's up, David? Welcome to the feed. You missed the recap from the Play It Painted Discord, but now we're just gonna do a little bit of painting. Like I said, probably not. I don't plan on staying up terribly late, but yeah. So this guy's got a base of the color changing paints, and I also gave him a little bit of an ink wash to give him some shadow. And we're just gonna use some Turbo Dork paints. Okay. So we're gonna use a little bit of pucker. Actually, I don't even know. Just to give it a little bit of an edge highlight. So I'll use a little bit of pucker here. Are you working on anything, Sean?
Yeah, finishing up the last of the Tengu.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Um,
And then I also like to put just a little bit of opaque paint in for a highlight. So just a tiny, tiny little bit of like an off-white or something, just to give it a little meat, something to cling on to. And yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of edge highlight on this guy. There were words in there. This is a super bright color.
you want to know what's the one model that I need to paint that I probably should have painted
What's that?
back in 2019?
Wasn't Relic
I
Knights,
still
was it?
have Mel Krampus to paint.
Oh, Krampus. My wife got me a Krampus about a month ago.
From the what you call it? Signum
Chronoscope?
Games.
Oh, okay.
Company that's like all the way in, I want to say that was like Denmark or Switzerland, somewhere around there.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Yeah,
speaking of which. Oh, go ahead.
she's kind of in my to-do pile right now, but you know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing around. Speaking of like new techniques and that kind of stuff, at some point, and I was thinking of doing this tonight, but I'm not quite set up to do it. I was gonna play around with. I guess I could do a little bit of it. I was gonna play around with this product. Okay. And so these are oil brushers from Mig Jimenez, and this is a really interesting product. If you've never seen this, I think this product is about a year old now, and this is literally oil paint. But it's in a very special applicator, and it allows you to do oil paints on your miniatures. And oil painting, if you've ever done oil painting on miniatures, it's a very different technique. There's a lot of different techniques involved in oil painting miniatures. There's a lot of different cleanup. You have to use mineral spirits and that kind of thing. You have to use lacquer thinners and so forth. I do have some odorless thinner that I can play around with, but I have specifically these flesh tones, and tonight I was thinking about setting up a little bit of work with this, but I don't quite have the I need the like the palette that I want to use for this. Let me see if I have it. But before I do that though, let me at least finish the edge highlighting on this guy. But yeah, I'm excited to do a little bit of oil painting. It's one of those techniques that I want to challenge myself to learn Like when I challenged myself to learn glazing or really get into glazing a couple of years ago and get into inks. So I'm always trying to like just add a little bit more to my arsenal stuff. And I've been wanting to mess around with oils for a while. Main argument against doing it was that ink glazes were working quite well for me, so I didn't really feel the need to have to move to oil to accomplish some of the stuff that you would normally accomplish with oil paints. So it should be fun. So right now, just doing a little bit of. I mean, I guess I could, if I really wanted to, like say, see how he's kind of weathered. I could do like weathering on this model using some oil paint, but
No.
no.
Like,
What,
you might want to move up a little more. Get, get in frame, man. Get in frame.
what?
Thank you, kind sir.
I'm being told what to do on my own stream. The hell? What the hell? What's up, Darth Torlin?
Been watching you ever since you started.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, so we're working on this guy, and like I said, I've painted a bunch of these before, so they're Star Wars. That's what I'm gonna say about it. Maybe here, I'm gonna do this. Boop. There, you guys can stay with me there, because I need to be in a little bit tighter for this type of work. Yeah, there you go. This he's a bounty hunter. You'll see. But yeah, he's pretty cool. There's a lot of you can see some of the color shift work on him. And that does sometimes that kind of throws off your approach to the model because you're not sure, how heavy you should be going on your edging and that kind of thing. You don't want to throw off the color shift paint too much. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Are you working on your Gasland stuff, or are you done for the day?
Done.
Okay.
I'm just trying to save it for streams.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah. So this is okay. We'll give him his little highlight. I could do a little bit of. Let's do a little bit of afterburner. Stay on target. Yeah. You guys don't watch his feed enough to know that I'm constantly out of frame. All right. So a little afterburner here. And again, when you're using when I do highlights with metallics, I add a little bit of similar color in an opaque paint just to give it, like I said, put a little meat on the bones here. So I'll do like NMM, a drop of NMM gold base in here. The exception to this is I won't do it if I'm going directly over black, because over black you can actually get a lot of the really nice metallic effect out of it. Ooh, I may have added too much opaque paint here. May have overpowered that. Add a little more afterburner. But yeah. Anyone have, do we want to talk specific goals about week 2? What we hope to accomplish in week 2? Anyone?
For me, it's just mostly like
I'm not hearing. Are you talking?
oh,
Yeah, I didn't hear. I heard you start talking, and then I didn't hear the rest of the answer.
I think the Wi-Fi jumped in and out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to finish up certain people's commissions in order to send them back home to them.
Okay.
Green Horde thing is like my big one. 'Cause I'm mostly like focusing on the characters. What I'm doing last is all the bases afterwards.
Okay. Cool.
Which is going to take a long period of time because there's a specific tile work color the person wants, and I was like, okay, I'll do the best I can in order to make sure that it looks according.
Sure.
At least, to have the one uniform thing list.
That's cool. Man, I don't know. Is it me or is this guy just his colors all run too close together? I may have to do a black undertone on the cloth parts so that it actually stands out.
It's weird because I could see the distinctions between the colors, but I could understand if from a far away distance it may look
It just
all
kind
the
of looks
same.
like it runs together. It's too similar.
Yeah.
I'm using a red brown undertone because I was trying to copy more of like the Mandalorian style, but on a miniature it's just too together. So Kevin's gonna be putting stuff together. He's about halfway through his challenge. That's great, man. That's great. I hope you have enough hobby stuff to go the 31 days. Some people, I forget who I was talking to. Somebody was like, "What happens if I finish too early?" I'm like, "Well, go in a bonus round. Pick another, a smaller project and try to add that to your challenge. Right? Just push yourself a little bit further." I do that sometimes. Like I'll say, "Okay, I'm going into bonus rounds because I've accomplished." What I wanted to do during the challenge, and I'll do that if I finish my challenge early as well. Is I'll go into the bonus.
My second week plan is to build up the Gaslands car's armor, such the Ghibli I might add another car to it, to the team. I found on Etsy a 3D printed Cybertruck. So I have 3 of them. So I'm considering adding to my team.
That's cool.
But yeah, just mod it up with weapons.
I feel like I start stronger than I end. I still struggle to get to the finish line. Yeah, that happens sometimes too. Like sometimes you get so far ahead, and you're like, I'll take a break. I'll take a night off. Yeah, just one night. It's no biggie. I'm so far ahead. And then a week later,
Yeah.
you're like,
I know that feel.
Crap. So you're pushing yourself to the last bits of that. Cool. All right, let's highlight some of the gun stuff. Octave challenge would take me a year. Usually talking about bonus rounds while not even working on his challenge. It's when you have a system. I don't know. If it's a big project and you have a system in mind and you're comfortable with it, it's I don't know. It doesn't seem that bad. It's nice to it's nice to have like a healthy amount of pressure to
Mm.
keep going, right? You want to have a healthy amount of pressure, but you don't want to be overwhelmed. I think the biggest danger for me personally would be to lose motivation. Either end up, if I end up painting up too much stuff that I'm not interested in, like that could kill my interest.
Mm.
That's what I'm worried about. Um, you know, if I have to paint 30 more Boba Fett's, that could be a problem.
Too many
Maybe
Boba Fett's in the house.
maybe they're maybe we're building a Boba Fett army for Legion. Somebody would love that. Boba Fett. Look at all the Boba Fett, man.
Oh man. I think that's the reason why I always like try to buy interesting models that, it just feel like, oh yeah, I'll get to that model because it's different or it's unique.
Yeah.
I
actually have a lot of fun painting these. I should point out. I'm just kidding. These are actually quite fun to paint. But like if I did this for an entire month, I might.
Oh no, you'd lose your brain.
Yeah, I might have a problem with that.
It's like me painting orcs and just like feeling like what am I doing with my life? I mean, I did that song and dance back in college, but someone told me, hey, here's some orcs, by yourself. I'd be like,
though, like what Kevin did with his rubric squad, like you could do that. A squad of like Space Marines are cool sculpts. Like you could do a squad of Space Marines, but if you had to do like 5 squads of Space Marines, that would drive me a little bit insane.
There's as I like to call it, especially when you do like tournaments and you're brand new, doing tournaments where it's like a slow grow league, but it's like, hey, every week we're adding, the next amount of points, and you like if you're the person that likes painting, you know that your game isn't as strong. This is where all your extra points are going to, which is painting, and it just slows you down once you get to a point where you're just like, there's so many left over that I gotta paint, and I don't want to paint anymore, and you just start making excuses for yourself.
Right. No, my bonus round is going to be Batman for sure.
Because that's good.
God, I want to play so much Batman. That game is dope. That game is just Malifaux with a much faster and brutal combat system. Right? You're not like flipping cards and asking 20 questions. Did you get this trigger? But what about my trigger? I did this. Here we go. Like that's what. Are you gonna cheat? I don't know. You cheat? I cheat. Is your soul stone? It's not like that. And I'm not making fun of that about Malifaux because I actually like that about Malifaux.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want, like, you want to play all of the fun objectives, the strategy base of Malifaux, without, having to worry about the cards all day long.
Yeah. So you're telling me that season 3 is like way better?
I had a lot of fun playing the other day. I tried it out. I had a lot of fun playing it. Building crews is still excruciating.
Oh. Yeah.
Because you're like, I need this, but I don't have this, and oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this. Like that is the worst part of the game still. But they fixed so many things that I thought were horrible in 2nd edition.
Yeah.
Namely game time. Right? It just being a much faster game. It's not, 2nd edition there were like 30 different objectives that somebody could take, and they put them on the board, and then you just dry hump them for 6 turns. Like that was not fun. That was not the most fun way to spend your time. but I want to do. I at some point I want to do a separate stream just talking about Batman Third Edition.
All right.
And just getting hype over that. So I'll figure out when I can do that. I'm having all the cards and stuff printed, so I'll have access to the cards and the objective cards and all that kind of stuff, and then I can do a proper Batman Third Edition stream.
I still have my army. It's just that I haven't used them yet. Since a lot of people were saying, number 2 was kind of like, I was like, okay.
So, David Moffat, I should finish building my Terminator Captain on day 6, and then I'll get them primed on day 7. Then I'll need to spend the next 24 days painting. Some people do it, man. Why not? Yeah, if you're gonna if you want to spend that much time on a model, man, you could have a crazy, crazy awesome model at the end of the 31 days. Kevin says, it has easy list building, pretty quick game time, and pretty awesome balanced rules. 2 words, initials, chibi. We got to get you back out, man. Oh, you guys are down for the 18th, right? That's still a thing, people. We're still playing Guild Ball on the 18th. Do what you got to do. Call off work. Threaten people. Do what you need to do to get to CQ on the 18th so that we can play.
Oh man.
I
don't know about the threatening people one.
The OP kit. Come on, it's the new thing. Everyone's doing it. You gotta. But yeah, I'm excited. It'd be so. It's just good to get the. Let's just get the crew back together. Play some Guild Ball. Blow off some steam. Shake the rust off. Oh my gosh, I'm not playing well. You guys saw that last video I had with Sean. I'm not playing Guild Ball.
It was only the dice, man.
Yeah.
The game would have changed hands.
It's all good. We know your cough is not COVID related. We know that. You're good. We're all going to be wearing masks anyway, and we're maybe yeah, we should be fine. I wouldn't sweat it too hard. Yeah, I don't know. He's cool. He's cool. He's actually gonna photograph a lot better than he looks right now. But all right, let's put him away for a second. I don't know. Do I want to? I'm really thinking about. Do I want to just mess around with some oils and put some oils on this model's skin? I don't know. I just don't, right now I don't have the proper container for the thinner. So I'm gonna have to rig something real quick. I thought I had an aluminum palette here to do this. Aha! Haha! Lucky,
Lord,
looky.
how many updates does this thing have?
Looky. We're breaking it out of retirement. The old palette. Let's do this, man. Let's just play around a little bit. This is it's kind of a commission model, but what's the worst that could happen? Let's just play around with some oils so you guys get to see some of this in action. All right, and all I'm really going to do is just a really, really subtle highlight. I'm going to put some thinner down and break out. I'm going to use these brushes for oils. We're just going to do the damn thing.
The one thing that I'm been kind of waiting on, but I know that everything's kind of been slow grow right now since the stuff happened. But and I'm still waiting on a couple of models that my friend got me. since Kingdom Death seems like it's the slow grow type mentality right now,
Yeah.
there were some pinup models I've been like waiting on like for probably about a year,
Oh yeah.
but they keep on getting delayed and delayed and delayed. It's like
Mm-hmm.
but they're like single one-off models, so
Oh,
for
gotcha.
me it's like skin off my back if like I don't receive it. I was looking forward to getting like some of these. 'Cause I know that they had like a lot of the female pinup models.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some of the male pinup models just as a joke,
I
just in
like they're
order to have and throw them on the field for like D&D encounters and all that.
sure. And like I said, skin tones are awesome to work on. They're
Yeah.
they're super fun. All right, we're doing this, people. We're messing with the oil brushers. All right.
Oh,
So yeah, this is that Guild Ball pinup model. Let's see. I'll have 10 minis to paint, so that's really 2.1 hours per mini, a bit more time than I usually spend, but doable. Nice. Okay. So, I guess the sunny skin tone isn't terrible. We're gonna work with a very small amount of this. Okay. And I'm just gonna place some in areas where you might highlight. Right? So this is where you expect the light to catch. Okay. So I like that these come with these really cool little brush applicators, and it just puts they say that it puts the right amount, just the right amount of paint down, and that's kind of true. You still have to be very careful about how these go down. So as you can see, I'm putting like just little spots, right, where I expect that paint to go, and I don't want to put very much at all. So I'm gonna kind of stipple down here, stipple here. Okay, on the back, got to work on the booty side. Like this, the skin tone is okay, but you can tell it's water based. I could have spent more time blending it, making a little smoother. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's see. I don't even think I've played a 4.3. Does anyone locally have shepherds? I don't know. I don't know if anybody. Sean, did you ever pick up shepherds?
no, actually, I did not.
Okay.
Actually, like slowed down my my Guild Ball purchases
Oh wow.
at the time. Honestly, the Union box set that got from you was like the latest one.
Oh, okay.
The rest, I was like, I'll wait and see what shepherds can do and all that. If someone else buys it, but
I see.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm just doing a little bit of light flesh, and then just putting little spots where I want this to be. Okay. And I think I'm gonna put a little on the knee, but it's like almost nothing. There really isn't a lot. You don't want to. Oh, I kind of applied a lot there. That's okay. Should paint her like a Guild Ball. She is. I mean, that's the point of this mini, Kevin. She's actually holding a Guild Ball. So I painted one to look like a I painted one to look like Harmony. I'll show you the other one that I painted the other night. So here's the Harmony one. And you can see, I mean, the skin is okay on this one. There's some roughness there that's a little annoying, but I couldn't do a whole lot about that. These are resin printed minis, so there's a little bit of that going on. But I mean, overall, they're pretty cool. All right, time for the. Now this is where we actually do the painting part, right? We're gonna get just a little bit of thinner there, and I'm gonna start to work this color in, right? And we're gonna start to blend that. It's actually quite a bit. This is the fun part about oils, though, is they stay open forever. And you just play with it until you're done playing with it. You can see I'm able to move that highlight and blend it in with the other color I put down.
That's pretty dope.
Like working with oils is pretty sick. The downside is the dry time.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna take a full day to dry. But you know, if you've got a piece like this where you really want to do a good job on skin, ooh, went into that one a little too hard. But with oils, it's so nice because you just, even with that's like too much paint on there. But I can work it out.
Evan's looking to see if you could focus in a bit.
Oh, okay. Sure. Come on down. Ooh, the reflection is pretty bad. So you see I just kind of painted spots in there. We're just going to blend all of that together. But you can see what it's doing. It just looks so much more natural than using the water stuff. You know, using a water-based wash and a contrast paint and all that kind of stuff. Like, there you go. See the booty coming in there? Really nice. So you just put the oil down, and then you just literally just the bare minimum amount of thinner on your brush. Like, just get your brush just damp enough to work with this stuff. And you can see how nicely it blends everything. And like you see, you saw that's like there's like a white spot there. You see how I'm able to just blend that in. This is the real shit, man. This is like the Bob Ross stuff. Kevin, if you want your inner Bob Ross to come out, oils. Like that what was that you did forget his name. That big guy that you did for your 1,000 Suns. Like you could do this with oils on that, like a big surface like that. Don't get me wrong, you did an amazing job on that skin. It looks amazing. But this is almost like the cheating way to do that kind of blending. just fun. And this is really fun painting. Actually, may need a little bit more. Magnus the Red, that's right. I gotta brush up on my 40k lore. So Kevin, maybe the next time I see you, you can sell me some 40k. Sell me on 40k 9th edition. I've gotten mixed reviews on it, and of course you know that I'm super biased against it, right? But I gotten some mixed reviews. One of my buddies that was faithfully playing 40k dropped out at 9th because he felt that melee armies got nerfed. Whatever. I'm like, yeah, what? I don't know. I don't know. Cone guy. What's cone guy? I'm ready to throw down with kids at the shop. I'll show them up with my lore skills. Oh, Magnus is your least favorite model. Why is that, David? Least favorite model to paint. I need to finish his comment. Why is it? Sounds like did you have a bad experience painting him, or? Look at that. That was just a spot of white. And you see how nicely that's. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. See how nicely that's just a little spot of white paint, man, and it's like perfect. Like if you're gonna do, I'm gonna do the bikini with water paints, but look at that. Like you use oil paints for specific things. It is super nice. That's all I'm gonna say. I got nothing to sell you on 40k if you don't like the minis because it's all it has. It's a fun casual game. That's true. I was watching before the feed. I was watching Gorilla Miniatures game. Like they were playing with the starter set, and I was like, ugh, nah. Like, yeah, no. I think I was just done with commission painting at the time, and you found them large and boring. Oh, okay. Okay. I feel like I do want to add a little bit more. I do want to add a little bit more paint to this, so I could get a little bit more out of those highlights. It's looking pretty good so far. I might even maybe just blend those two colors that I was using. But this is like the fun, like stop yourself and just play around type of painting that I think is super fun. Where's the other guy? So I'm going to use this color. Where's the lighter color I had? Where'd it go? I mean, I could just break out the proper titanium white if I wanted to do that. I don't know. Where did it go, guys? I don't take it seriously at all. I feel like if the armies were balanced instead of the best selling, you'd try some competitive stuff. Well, that's cool. So you've kind of identified it as your casual game, and you're going to play it like that? That's cool, man. That is cool. Ooh, let's use this basic flesh. Let's use this. It's actually kind of nice color. Let's use this instead of that light flesh. That light's a little too light. This is kind of a nice color. Let me back it off a little bit though. So ideally you want to put this down and give it a couple of minutes to set up, because that's when the workability is gonna be really good. Right, and I'm just putting this where I want it to be. I'll put a little on the face here. Let me know if you have any thoughts on what Guild Ball character you think she might be. Let's give her a little 6-pack like that. I just like the way big armies look painted up. Yeah, it's true. I will totally agree with you there, Kevin. That is one of the things I really liked about 40K is when you had a fully painted army, it looked awesome on the board. Painting it kind of sucked, but I had some really sweet Eldar armies, I thought, that looked cool. Okay. We still want to over apply this stuff. Oh, I still had a spot from the other paint there that I did not work out. Okay. Okay. Should be plenty of paint. You know, Bushel's my girl. Bushel, yeah, Bushel is your Guild Ball waifu. Do you have a Guild Ball waifu, Sean? See, I can get this to focus a little bit better.
Oddly enough, not really.
Not really?
There's so many of them that are actually superly good right now.
Mm-hmm. You guys can guess mine. Go ahead and wager a guess. If you guys
Just be
had
totally off the rocker right now. I want to say Spade.
Spade. I mean, as a striker, as a game piece, she's amazing. I'll give you that.
Mhm.
But she's not my. I wouldn't say no. She's not my Guild Ball waifu.
Be a
Any
part of the
thoughts,
Engineer
Kevin?
Guild.
What?
Be a part of the Engineer Guild.
Yeah, she's just a great striker. My waifu is. Oh, yeah. Is it for a hint? No, my waifu is not in the Engineers Guild. Brisket.
Oh.
Brisket is a great guess, Kevin. Brisket is a great guess, and yes, she. A lot of times, I would say that she is. We'll say one of the waifus, one of my waifus, but she's not the. I guess she's not the number one spot. She's not the anime best girl in my waifu, in my Guild Ball waifu list. Any other guess before I let loose here? Ooh, I took too much off.
Stumped.
What's that?
I'm stumped.
Okay. Honor? No, not honor. Honor. I'm very very loyal to from all my fun season 1 memories, but no, she's not. She's also not my waifu. I think if I were to have only one Guild Ball waifu, my waifu would be probably Crucible. Believe it or not. Kind of a weird one. But yeah, Crucible. We're going with that.
I mean, she did get that buff, and she does have a lot of tricks.
I just like, yeah, I mean, I like the way she plays. I like her I like her sculpt, super fun. I like her in the fluff. I like that Venom is in love with her and she just doesn't give a shit. So, yeah, Kevin doesn't know. I know she's an albino. She's a little weird looking. But overall, like, fun to play on the board, fun to paint, good rules, kind of interesting in the fluff. Yeah, why not? Why not Crucible?
I understand that.
I think, obviously, Brisket and Harmony, and there's a lot of other characters like Angel. They're definitely the more physically attractive Guild Ball players. Oh, good night, David Moffat. Thanks for joining the feed. Have a good one. But no, overall, I guess I'm going with Crucible just because she's been on the table with me for so many seasons now. And I was fielding her when she was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
In second and third season 2 and 3, when she was garbage. Flint is my waifu. Sure, why not? Flint is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now that I think about maybe there is one character, but I know she's the most hated right now.
Who's that?
Man, I feel so bad for her.
Is it Fathom?
Okay. No.
No? It's not Fathom? Okay.
It's Festival.
Festival. Interesting. Well, hey, why not? Why is she so hated right now?
Well, because people don't like her playstyle and all that,
Kevin, he lost his pretty rule, but he will always be pretty to me. Yes,
not wrong.
True Flint fans. He is a good-looking man, that Flint.
Yeah, I mean, Festival just seems like a cheery disposition type character.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Among farmers, that almost all of them look like badass characters that would beat you on the backside of the barn. I mean, she probably would too, but geez.
Alright. I'm still gonna work a little bit more color in here.
And you know what? Why not? We'll throw Cinnamon up there.
Oh yeah, Cinnamon's awesome. It's a good choice. Why not? Maybe we can convince your favorite model to play is Divana. I don't see any love for Falconers waiting. Nice.
I could understand that.
Divana needs an alt sculpt, I think.
She does.
I was never really inspired by her sculpt. Felt like she needed something a little bit more.
And I do have the two yanderes that I'm just I like these models, but dear lord, just the look of them alone would scare most people away.
What models are those?
Skatha and Steeljaw.
Oh yeah.
They're the two female characters where it's oh man, tear you apart if you're not careful.
Well, Kevin, we could be doing maybe you're pinning Divana. Give her burn.
I mean,
oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Oops, screwed up. Oh well.
Just find a eagle character.
I was gonna say, Kevin, if you are interested in getting some of these models, you could let what's his name know. Michael know from Fantasy World Games, and you could make that happen. You could have your own alt Divana on the board. She would be totally tournament legal in any tournament I'm hosting.
I'm thinking about it. I feel like you gave me one of the Takahashi University dodgeball minis.
I may have.
It was like from one of the events that we were doing.
Okay. That's not what this is.
Oh, it isn't?
No. It's similar to that model. Very similar.
Gotcha.
That model has a t-shirt and like different hair and a different shape to her face. Similar thought though.
Yeah.
I haven't decided what player this model will be actually. Maybe she's Friday.
He doesn't have a sculpt, an alt
really,
sculpt.
She didn't really strike me as Friday, but
Oh.
you never know. I mean, she has a ponytail. I could just paint her blonde and give her an orange, yellow bikini.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need a little bit more red in the skin. I'm starting to lose. I'm starting to go too monotone with the color. I need another color in here.
Think that there's anybody in our group that would actually play the Shepherds?
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure he'll play Shepherds. They seem interesting to me, but I don't know that I'm gonna pick up another team. Besides, I'm still busy trying to reset my brain on Order.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean that game could have gone either way if you got the shots on the dice.
Well, not really that though. I mean, I just did not have a good plan. I usually, I'm used to feeling a different way about the ball game when I'm playing, and I just felt very unclear. Think Reagan's all about the Shepherds? Sounds like he
I can see
was.
Reagan. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably true. This is just too fun. I should be doing this on Arena Rex minis.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Just building up all their skin tones like this.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun.
Actually, Arena Rex minis are like great practice for skin tone.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe she needs a little purple in the skin tone. Right now it's just too monotone. I feel like she does. I feel like she needs a little bit of purple in the skin tone. I mean, we got her here. We can play.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Gotta tighten this down. You just don't want to have any curdly texture. You want this all to be super smooth. Yeah,
Onto the wire on these Tengu boys.
mean, it's not bad. Just, yeah, it lacks. Gotta get more color in here. I'll add a
I
little
know.
bit of red. Add a tiny, teeny, tiny little bit of red. Let's just play. This is what we're doing. A little
It's
bit of
real
red.
life.
We're Bob Rossing this shit right now. A little bit of red. A little bit of blue. Right. And we'll mix it in with this. Okay.
I realize what else I need to paint during these 31 days
Yeah.
to finish up my extra box from Power Rangers. Painted
Okay.
up the main box. It's like the extras I need to finish up painting.
Okay.
It has the pumpkin wrapper in there.
The pumpkin wrapper.
Yes. It is one of the Power Rangers Power Rangers fans hated this character so much because the whole purpose of the character was that he would rap. But the raps were like terrible.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do need to get that Monster Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kevin still has your Monpox stuff.
I need to try to figure out a day that I could do that.
Yeah. So we're gonna add a little bit of this like kind of purpley shade, and then it's oil. You blend it all together. So cool. Right? So I want that shadow to sit back here behind the thigh. Back here, the crease of the buttock. Back here. Just make a little happy buttock.
The 18th.
It's the
Probably have to check and see if my scheduling for the 18th is gonna happen.
yeah, it's a Saturday.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know if that helps or hurts.
I guess my work has been flipping me working straight to hey, we're gonna have you take a break because I'm assuming based off of what's going on with the world, they're just trying to make sure that certain people have time to work and then time to rest so that their body doesn't pick up
Okay.
what's going around again.
Oh, I
I think
gotcha.
I think I may be back on working on the 18th. I have to check my schedule.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you can make it.
Hopefully.
Dude, where's that tube of the super light skin? Why? Why did you do this? Is that it? That's basic skin. It's the light skin. Dang it.
I mean, it might be. At least you'll both get
Best
all the
of three?
practice.
Yes! That means I'm a lock for second. I'm down.
No matter what.
I will get the silver coin. What did I do with it? Is this it? There it is. Okay. All right. Dude, this is just fun. I need to play around with oils more often. It's just fun. Oops.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
I have one more model left over for Aristea in order to paint.
Oh, cool.
That's the Archer.
Which is like my least favorite of the Aristea alt sculpts. Sadly.
You know which Archer it is.
Yeah, it's Luna.
Yeah.
Sean will get copper for considering going. Yes.
Can give Yvonne the blue one for best painted model.
Yeah. For God tier. She painted a God tier. It counts. Or she would win, I guess she would technically win best gold design. Because
True.
it's not a guild ball model. Love assembling models, you just commission assembling. You should, dude. Could be part of my operation. Could just split the commission and I'll just do the painting part and you build it. That's like my least favorite part. I do not like building.
Like building as much?
No, never really been big on building.
I don't mind it as long as I have like some sort of instruction.
I see.
Luckily, since Weird actually put a bit, but at the same time, when I first was like looking for the instructions, there were none, and I was like, "Where are the instructions for these models?"
I can see now that I should have gone actually more drastic with that purple.
Hmm.
But it just feels like cheating, man. You do this, it just blends so like perfectly.
Hmm.
Give me those juicy Malibu builds. Oh gosh. Those things are so frustrating. Like, look at that. That thing just blended like perfectly.
Oh,
Crazy.
so I actually ended up spending money on a good purchase.
Okay.
The Game Plus
Game Plus?
yeah.
I don't know what those are.
It's a foam tray company. I ended up purchasing like a miniature case bag,
Okay.
so I can actually start like keeping some of like all my Guild Ball stuff in one bag, and then like use my other bag for like tournaments and all that type of stuff.
Well, that's nice.
Because I only own one bag currently. I'm like I have so many Guild Ball trays into a bag, so I could store them in a different area and they won't collect dust.
Okay.
It's like, nah, this is a smart purchase. Bag only cost $40.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah. I think my biggest gripe was how much the Citadel bags cost or Battle Foam bags cost.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's just like I just don't want to buy any of them.
And what
It's like
sucks
I
is
look.
the KR stuff is that expensive too now. Super
Mhm.
bummed about that. KR, I love KR stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm trying out this bag in order to see how well it does.
Okay.
If I actually like it. If it's good, then I'll probably start recommending it to other people. But
What's it called again? Game Plus?
yeah.
Okay.
I actually like the foam for Game Plus. It's in like different inches,
Okay.
and the edges aren't sharp; they're rounded out. So it fits into bags a little bit better.
Okay. Man, I'm really just playing now. I don't care. This is too fun. I'm having too much fun just like constantly blending this in.
It's the best way to go.
Hmm. Why is this all... The consistency of this guy's weird. What happened to this? Shake it up. Ooh, it's just super thin. What happened to you?
Oh,
Hope I didn't
I
do
had
that.
this model.
Hmm?
Got a mushroom lady. I need to paint
Oh, cool.
from the black paper.
Okay.
I haven't tried their plastic out yet in comparison to Reaper Bones, which, hit or miss sometimes. That's my review on it. I prefer, honestly, the WizKids plastic over the Reaper Bones.
Okay. Just putting this everywhere. Yes. This will give it a nice, nice like pinker tone to the skin, and then then you could just keep blending it up. It's cool. Still needs a little bit of blue. It's okay. Okay.
Shit, I forgot that I had that model. I'm just like going through all these models I have here.
Now we're going to start blending that in. Yep, it's official. I want more Arena Rex so I can do this. Because this is super fun.
Where did that particular model come from?
This is from a local guy.
Okay.
And he's been making... He's the guy that made that tavern set. He makes the Boba Fett stuff. He makes
Okay.
all those minis. He's made boats. He's made terrain. I should tell him that there's some interest in this model. He'd be happy to print out some more.
Awesome.
I'm gonna see if
Does
we
he
can...
have like a price set?
I don't. I right now I don't know what his pricing is on this kind of stuff, but I can ask. I know, right? We all want to put this model on our teams. It's gonna be everyone's striker. Yeah. This is my this could be your like I said, it could be Fathom, it could be Angel.
True.
Ooh. No, that's not right. I love the oils you just mess around until something sticks. Like, okay, that looks cool. Ride that one. I just hope I don't go too far to a point where I can't blend these anymore. What am I saying? Of course you can blend these. It's oil. Oil is cheating.
It's a different form of painting.
Different form of painting. Those guys that can speed paint with oil are awesome.
Yeah.
I may have to learn. Add that to my, right? Somebody, if I get a lot of sculpts like this that have a lot of skin on them or that require a lot of weathering, right? Why not get super fast with oils?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And then the fun part, you just blend and blend and blend until something cool happens. That was a lot of paint there. Too much paint, in fact. What time is it? Oh, it's late.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do this last layer, and then I'll call it. But yeah, if you want, I'll try to get pricing on these.
Yeah. It's something fun to have as a paint.
I'm wondering if he has any different poses available, like any different sculpts. Then we'll be digging into, okay, what kind of cool waifu teams can we make? A beach alchemist team would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
The poison.
Only time that I would have to worry is if someone made a
a what?
Beach butcher team.
Oh, I could see that happening.
It's like there's just blood all over the floor.
He needs some thick girl for granite. That's a good point, Kevin.
Yeah, that's true.
You could do granite and what's her name? Esther's. And Festival's pretty thick. She's kind of on the thicker. Yeah. It's just so cool. Look at this Bob Ross shit, Kevin. Like, it's so cool. It's just so cool. I'm not kidding.
Okay, so
it just blends perfectly every time.
Need to get back on my Death Guard game for my
friend. Oh yeah, that's right. You were working on Death Guard stuff.
Yep. And I have 3 more characters to paint for the Green Horde.
Cool.
Probably find one model that should be my refresh my brain type model that I want to paint. Which I have a few. Still haven't painted female Seamus, so that may be on the cards.
Oh yeah, I got one of those and I gave it away for extra life. That's a pretty cool sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I do want to get back to painting some Malifaux for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I also need marbles in a Speedo. Yes.
It's the only one that gets to wear a Speedo.
Just sculpt the Speedo onto him.
Very nice, yes.
Put him in the one-piece mankini.
Mm-hmm.
The Borat.
Yes, this is straight up Borat.
Are you kidding me? It's so good. You could just keep going until you were totally happy with her skin. Oh man. Best product.
Right.
Best product.
I completely forgot that I had this Kingdom Death model here that I should paint.
Oh, that's another great project for this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got rid of my Kingdom Death.
It's a
if you're just doing a pinup.
It's a Velma looking model. It has like
I know that model. Yeah, that's an awesome model.
That was like one of the few where it's like, I kind of want this model. And then once I bought it, it's like, I'm going to save this model for like a day that I want to like. Should look at Kingdom Death and see if they have anything worthwhile right now.
He needs shades too. Oh, agree. That would be cool if we had some of these that had, because then you could do vitriol. If you had some that had like shades. I will pass that info along, Kevin. That is a great point. Man, it's just so much fun. I can't stop. You have so much working time with the oils too. My only regret here is I wish I had I had additional colors like greens and stuff to do, because I would blend all of that in for this. Yeah, she's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Maybe a little on the pink side. It's okay though. At least her skin doesn't look like plasticky like the other one does. It's got a good like natural sheen to it. The oils give it a nice, like an additional warmth.
Yeah. Oh, there's 42 in stock of that character.
What character?
Kingdom Death's Death High Murderer. Basically having a yandere type character.
Oh, cool. Man, that is awesome. Okay. All right, well, I didn't finish any. Well, I finished this guy. But he was admittedly kind of boring. So I finished that guy. That's cool. All right. Clean this up. What I really like about these things, is you're not cleaning your brush like you are with standard oil painting. Like standard oil painting, you're cleaning your brush constantly. And that the way that applies, it's not you're not just sitting there cleaning your brush the whole time. So it's really cool.
No.
You're not beating the devil out of it, like Bob Ross would say.
You gotta beat the devil out
Beat
of
the
it.
devil out of it, and he gets a little happy.
Over here,
So
there's
cool.
some happy trees.
Just make yourself a little happy tree. And he's got himself a friend. He's got himself a little friend, and he does a second tree. Yeah. Yeah, I could do like another 6 layers on this, and it'd be awesome. But yeah, but we're going to call it. I got to go to bed. But super fun. I get a pack of 8 brushes for $5 to never clean them. Yeah, it's true. But with these, you just get these, right? And then you just get another brush just to work everything through, and you're good. Super nice.
It's clean,
All right,
though.
guys, we are gonna call it because I'm gonna go to bed. But any final comments before we call it, Sean?
Oh, everything's all good.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for your updates for week 1. Keep going strong on the challenge. It's super fun. I'll keep posting more Mythic Battles Pantheon. And have a good night. Thanks, everybody. I'll stop that.